Buena gente. Ahora vamos a continuar con la última parte del Luofu de Xianzhou. Y como no digo última parte, es porque ustedes ya saben que ya me spoileé la historia, pero no quiero llegar a esa parte. No quiero, no quiero, no quiero, no quiero, no quiero, no quiero. No quiero llegar a esa parte, por favor. Vamos a continuar con el modo historia. Bueno, lo habíamos dejado hasta acá ya que, como dije, no sé por qué pasó que en la anterior parte se me ha cortado una parte y bueno, tuve que parar la grabación, reiniciar la PC y volví a grabar. Y ahí sí volvió a andar bien. Pero ahora tengo que editar ese video, por eso lo vi en el anterior muy cortito, pero ahora sí, esperemos que dure este capítulo. Y tengo como 400.750.000 mensajes, así que bueno, vamos a ver qué dicen. Tu ayuda. Si son esas misiones, voy a tener que saltearlo. Recuerda ver que derrotaste al posible malo de saltar. Sí. ¿Puedo dar un tiempo para venir? Sí, sí, esas son misiones desbloqueables, así que bueno. A ver qué dice el maestro Gonshu.
Thank you for your help. Those useless students and I will take care of the rest here. If worst comes to worst, we still have the Cloud Knights.
¿Por qué te preguntas
It's
eso?
only a legend. Though what with the Ambrosial Arbor having come back to life, I suppose it's no longer absurd. They say that a long time ago, when the Xianzhou Alliance was adrift in deep space, it encountered many unimaginable life forms. Among them were abominations known as heliobi. They existed in the form of pure energy, but craved the sensations and desires of mortal flesh and blood. Sometimes they managed to infiltrate the delves of the Xianzhou in order to bewitch humans and become parasites of their bodies. It's said that mortals parasitized by heliobi would lose their free will imperceptibly before gradually going berserk. After a prolonged struggle, the people of the Xianzhou finally managed to trap and seal the heliobi in a vessel. That vessel is the creation furnace. Our predecessors hoped that by burning the heliobi in the furnace, their energy would gradually be exhausted until they were completely destroyed. I don't know if there are demons in the furnace. Perhaps it's all just superstition. However, from the day I started learning from my master, I've looked after the operation of the furnace. Indeed, the flame inside has never been extinguished.
¿Tiene noticias?
Everything happened so quickly. My students and I were caught by surprise. I'm not overly surprised. The Alchemy Commission's alchemists were once closer to the Arbor than anyone else on the Luofu. They say that when the Xianzhou Luofu was first granted the Ambrosial Arbor, the alchemists in the Alchemy Commission wielded tremendous influence. Using the power of the Arbor, they transformed mortal bodies, manipulated the weather, and even brought never-before-seen creatures into being. They called themselves saints. Unfortunately, they didn't possess any saintly powers. As soon as the Ambrosial Arbor withered, the alchemists lost their status and were reduced to medical researchers and practitioners.
Bueno, Dios.
I'm sorry I'm not able to accompany you further. I've always hated owing a favor. Take these with you. Rewards for your tireless efforts.
Píldora de longevidad. Ok. Bueno, vamos a continuar. Mira, una pared invisible que no puedo pasar. Vamos, paso por acá. No sé en qué parte va a pasar, pero esa parte es inevitable. tengo miedo de ver esa escena. ¿Será esa?
Whoa. Looks like the battle here was intense.
The Master Diviner must have launched the campaign while we were delayed in the Artisanship Commission.
Indeed. Since General Jing Yuan tasked the Master Diviner with commanding the Cloud Knights, he must have known she'd act on the results of her divination.
Thank goodness the General didn't make us go with the Knights. Fighting is totally different from adventuring. All these people. It's tough to bear.
I'm afraid this is nothing, Benefactor. Centuries ago, an Emanator of Abundance besieged the Luofu with the aim of taking the Ambrosial Arbor. They destroyed half our delves and killed most of the Cloud Knights. For long-life species, such events are more like yesterday's memories than ancient history. This awful spectacle is child's play in comparison.
Hey, is that supposed to make us feel better?
It's hard to tell if the Master Diviner won or lost here.
Vayamos por subir, vamos con un empate.
A draw? This isn't a tournament, you know. I can't see many Cloud Knights. The Xianzhou must have fought well.
Not necessarily. There'd usually be a base with supporting forces set up after a successful engagement, but we don't see any of that. Let's look around and see if we can find some clues.
Bueno, vamos a ver.
Be careful. Those monsters are pretty tough. Look, there's someone over there.
Hay una cajita, déjame abrirla. Perfecto. Mira, me falta poquito para hacer nivel 40 y hacer la misión del equilibrio. Que obviamente la hago fuera de cámara. Una raposiana.
Here! There are still survivors here.
You're not the Knights. What is your purpose here? It's dangerous.
We're reinforcements sent by the General. Where's everyone else?
Resorting to short-life species as reinforcements. Jing Yuan is truly running out of options.
Run! She's a disciple of Sanctus Medicus!
Silence. If my healing worked, you'll become one of us. And then it's not just me they'll be running from.
Hurry! You leave here! I can't control myself anymore! This ends here!
This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength.
Time for an The lives of short-life species are so fleetingly brief. Why seek death?
Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Let's settle this.
No, era el otro.
You'll pay for this.
Why did you come to the Xianzhou? To seek immortality? You don't have to appease Jing Yuan. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus can provide all that you desire.
You won't get away.
There's always a weakness.
I have something for you.
There's always always a weakness.
¿Cómo que no lo
Time for
maté?
an overhaul.
This ends here.
Lo maté, bien. Bien.
Hold on. We'll find someone to help.
Don't waste your time. They've converted me. I don't have much longer. Go. The Master Diviner's troops are ahead.
Let's go.
The disciples of Sanctus Medicus were in hiding for so long. Now they finally show their face. Did the Master Diviner fail to foresee this? Be careful, benefactors. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus worship Xianzhou, the Plague's author, the greatest enemy of the Xianzhou. The Alliance has been trying to root out their secret organization for millennia. It's no coincidence that they've chosen this moment to reveal themselves.
There it is.
Tenemos una peleita acá. ¿Cuántos tenemos de promocionales? 137. Ah, acá, nada. Entonces sí, vamos. No, pará. No me fijé qué nivel era. Un gorila, un jarambe.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Perhaps humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Don't get complacent.
This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength.
A will forged in ice never falters.
I have something for you. You've got a lot of nerve.
Nothing major.
Hope you're prepared.
You won't get away.
Bloom.
Much obliged. Perhaps humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Eternal sleep is not the end. The dead return!
Así que puedo ganar jarambe. O sea que... Voy a tener que usar el 3 con Gepard.
You chose the wrong enemy. Receive divinity.
Much obliged.
This ends here. In the name of Len, a will forged in ice never
No es
falters.
tan difícil. Es solamente
You'll pay
tener
for this.
concentración. Si lo uso con broña me va a pegar a broña, así que mejor vamos a usar con Gepard que tiene defensa.
You won't get away.
There's always a
Perhaps
weakness.
humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Golpe de macaco, ¿en serio?
This battle is unavoidable.
No lo digo yo, lo dice el ataque. Miren. Iracundo.
Bloom, you have my gratitude. Eternal sleep. The dead return.
Creo que no lo voy a decir, porque lo voy a matar yo primero.
Hope you're prepared. A will forged in ice. Never
O sí
falter.
lo voy a decir. Miren, para que se fiera. Golpe de macaco. ¿Ven? No lo digo yo, lo dice el juego. Golpe de macaco. Bueno, tantas veces va a atacar.
You won't get away.
This ends here.
Ahí está, listo, lo vencimos. Perfecto. No era tan difícil. Me parecía que decía nivel 50 y pico, 60. ¿Cuánto me das? ¿30 o 20?
First rate supplies.
30, listo, me alcanza para otro deseo, otro ticket de estos. Y Suyan, bueno, E2. E2 era, ¿no? Sí, creo que era E2. Ah, mira, Hook también, cierto. Eidolon. E1.
Hook's ready to find the next treasure.
Ah, no, pará, E4 Suyan.
Sooner or later, I'll make my mark in history.
Suyan, ay, disculpen. Bueno, volvemos a donde estábamos. Un rompecabezas. A ver, si rotamos este... Este es un poquito complicado este, ojo. Ahí sí se empieza a complicar, Para que se complicó más, ojo. ¿Y ahora cómo pasó el de abajo? Que esto está jodido, Pero esto me cambia. Sí, ¿y ahora qué? Ah, pará. Costó, Costó este, A ver, investigar. Bien, seguimos a la grullita. Sí, si me encuentro uno adentro de cámara, lo hago adentro de cámara. Pero si hago fuera de cámara, fuera de cámara. Gracias. Y ahora desapareció. Bueno, vámonos a continuar con la misión. Ah, para que tengo otro rival acá. 54, ok. Ok, no la puedo usar a Himeko. Se me olvidó.
Nothing major.
I have something for you. Perhaps humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
This ends here. In the name of land, a will forged in ice never falters.
Perfecto.
Is that all?
Bueno, para, ¿cuántos van a atacar?
Let's settle this.
Escudo.
You won't get away.
Eternal the dead return.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them!
You chose the wrong enemy.
Perhaps humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Le di usar este.
Bloom. Repay.
Dale, dale, ¿cuánto más va a atacar?
A will forged in ice never falters.
Estamos.
I'll see you off. The dead return.
Partimos la
This
madre.
ends here.
There's always a weakness.
Bueno, ahí está este
You
guión.
chose the wrong enemy.
Guión. Broña.
Is that all?
Time for an overhaul.
Te voy a dejar acá. Porque si rompo el escudo.
I'll see you off.
This battle is
Ahí está.
In the name of land,
Debí
a
tirarlo
will
primero.
forged in ice never falters.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend!
Crush them!
Perhaps humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
You chose the wrong enemy.
Ahí está. Quiero hacer eso.
There's always a weakness.
Vamos con
Lend me your
qué parte es
strength.
el único que puede romper escudos. Oh, llamaba a otro, dale. Con lo que odio de los
Nothing
perros.
major. The dead return!
Lo bueno es que ahora puedo romper más escudos.
There's always a weakness.
Yepi,
Lend me your strength.
que me cagó el 50-50 de droña.
You won't get away. I have something for you.
Se le puse.
Lend me your strength.
I have something for you. Perhaps humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
This ends here. Is that all?
Ah, te atravesó el escudo, hijo de puta. Para que lo vea.
Lend me your strength.
You won't get away.
Así usó lo de Himeko. Ahí está. Listo. Nos quedamos con el cofrecito, ¿no? Decime que sí. Sí.
This will keep us well stocked.
Bueno, continuamos. Ahora sí vamos a continuar. No demos más vuelta. Continuamos con el modo historia. Porque tengo miedo que se pille de nuevo. Aquí por acá. Curámonos. Ajá. Uy, que casi me pega. Vamos a evitarlo, vamos a evitarlo. Ah, no, pero ¿por qué cabeza acá? Ah, no me pegaste, puto. Mejor te muevo. Mejor vamos a pegarle. Ya fue. Quería evitarlo, pero bueno.
I'll see you off.
Time for an overhaul.
Is that all? Eternal sleep. The dead return! In the name of Len, a will forged in ice.
Aunque bueno, mejor retrasarlo porque no quiero tenerlo que... No quiero verlo la
There's
escena de
always a
TU.
weakness.
Por favor.
You chose the wrong enemy.
No es que tenga miedo de ver la escena por cómo se ve, sino porque Tingyun es... Me encariñé con ella, obviamente. ¿Saben lo que pasa cuando me encariñé con un personaje femenino?
I'll see you off.
I have something for you.
Así pasó con Rebeca, así pasó con Ben, y así pasó con Momoka, así pasó con Ai. Por lo que me recomendó que no vea acá Mega Kill. Rompecabezas. Me salió de una, Ábrete, Sésamo. Listo.
Ha. Well done.
Ah, muy bien. Y vamos a evitarle este. Estamos llegando. Entrate zona segura, perfecto. Y vamos por acá.
Who goes there? Show yourselves! Wait, it's you. Quickly, in here. It's dangerous outside.
You recognize us?
Are you not the General's guests? The Master Diviner prophesized your arrival. We were ordered to wait for you under any circumstances. Yes, the Master Diviner ordered us to remain stationed here and went to scout ahead. They're saying the disciples of Sanctus Medicus have returned. They haven't been seen for an age. The troops are anxious. It's good that you're here. The Master Diviner said the Knights weren't to move out until you arrived. Please wait in the camp. We'll decide on our next steps once the Master Diviner returns.
Ok.
That
Continuamos.
the Cloud Knights received orders not to advance is a bad sign. The Disciples of Sanctus Medicus. I've heard the name before. If memory serves, they're an underground sect of the Abundance that's said to have lain dormant within the Xianzhou, plotting to overthrow the Alliance. The Stellaron has certainly caused Abundance-like abnormalities. Is that what motivated the Disciples to come out of the shadows? No. The Knight's main force remains intact. Something must have happened. Something we're not aware of. The Master Diviner isn't here. Let's head into camp and see what we can learn from the troops here.
Good idea. Why don't you take a look around, benefactors? My feet need a rest.
No me gusta esa parte de necesito descansar. Ay, Dios.
Command talisman required for operation.
What does it mean?
We probably need to present it with a command for it to act.
Vamos rápido con esto. Bueno, con este. Un único caballero está apoyado con dos pensiones. Puede explicar quién era el motor de generado en paso puesto.
You want to ask questions? Fine. But I must be present the whole way through. This part needs to be recorded as testimony.
Finally, someone to talk to. These Cloud Knights are so serious, so boring. That shining seed? I've seen it. So beautiful. If you gaze into it, there's a voice inside that speaks to you.
Do you still remember Cocolia?
The Master said we could inject new life into the ambrosial arbor with it. I didn't believe it at first. We tried many methods, spending multiple lifetimes of short-life species. Yet the arbor showed no signs of resurrection. But look upon it now. Only the power of an eon can recreate the miracle. Yes, yes, the mighty Sanctus Medicus, the Abundance. So you witnessed it too? The ambrosial arbor's resurrection. Magnificent. In the Befall era, so far in the past that even long-life species cannot recall, Sanctus Medicus, the Abundance, gifted the ambrosial arbor to the Xianzhou Luofu. With that sacred tree, humanity realized many miracles. The fallow earth, the western soapberry, the altered flesh. But that devilish archer ruined everything. They twisted right and wrong and erased Sanctus Medicus's achievements. But soon we will return to the glory of the Befall era. You've seen the fantastic creatures that fought with us. They are only minor gifts of the ambrosial arbor.
Shut it, rambling rodent. The Cloud Knights will root all of you out soon.
What did we do? We cured our kin. It must hurt to be trapped in such weak flesh and blood.
You scum! If the Order allowed, I would cut you down now.
Oh, you don't understand. A short-life species couldn't understand. Mara struck? Bah! It's a second life gifted by Sanctus Medicus. To eliminate the self, to achieve transcendence, a life of true freedom. I see a desire for power in your eyes. This life is too short for you, isn't it? I I can help you.
Don't listen. His words are poison.
We're just having fun, sir. Without the blessing of the abundance, you short-life species would never be able to endure the transformation.
Vamos a seguir, falta el otro. La cara de Timo Cabello está muy pálida. Cuando te acercas, te saluda inclinando la cabeza.
Forgive me for being brief. Warfare is a dangerous business. There's no time for idle chat. We took over this place a few hours ago under the Master Diviner's command. It was only afterwards that we learned our enemies were none other than the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, those who worship the Plague's author. Everything was going as planned. The sorcerers of the disciples and the fantastic creatures they commanded were no match for us. Then, after a while, our comrades suddenly started to slaughter one another. Curse it. What Sanctus Medicus sorcery did they use on us? The greatest fear of the Xianzhou people is succumbing to our Mara-struck form around others. To do so means that we have given up on being human, lost the abomination sleeping in our immortal blood, and violated the Rainbow's admonishments. What the disciples of Sanctus Medicus did are despicable acts that every Alliance resident detests. I swear to the Arbiter that I will avenge my comrades.
Ok, habla con 7 de marzo sobre la situación actual. Ok.
When the Master Diviner gets back, we might be in for tough times. It's making me a little nervous. Are you ready?
Momento, necesito ver algo. Hay que completar 2 misiones de aventuras. A ver, pero ¿qué ofrecen estas recompensas? Misión de aventura. ¿Dónde está? Luofu de Xianzhou, Luofu de Xianzhou. $400 de experiencia. La verdad que estoy buscando. Ok, bueno. No voy a poder hacer esta, o sea, voy a tener que continuar haciendo esta, la de... Porque otorga... otorga Jade, y si no la hago esas misiones las pierdo.
If there's nothing pressing, let's take a walk.
Lo que estoy viendo, si no la hago estas misiones pierdo... ¿Cuánto Jade? Creo que 80 me decía, ¿no? O sea, estoy obligado a hacer estas misiones. Upa. Epa. Ah, pero ¿cómo bajo? Acá. O si pongo sí, las pierdo esas dos misiones, decía. Nada más que me fijé.
Oh, that's right. Forgive my forgetfulness. Glad you came. It's great to have one of the General's distinguished guests helping us out. My Realm-Keeping Commission colleagues failed to provide adequate care for the Dragon Lady. I'd like to thank you on behalf of all of them for rescuing her back in Exalting Sanctum Plaza. As I'm sure you're aware, symptoms of Mara have been spreading ever since the Stellaron incident occurred. Thanks to the Ten Lords' Commission, being stricken with Mara had long since become a terrifying but avoidable fate for Xianzhou natives. The puzzling thing is that despite the Commission's protection, we're now seeing an increase. More and more citizens, in particular those dealing with great risks and stress like the Cloud Knights, are becoming stricken with Mara. Moreover, the Mara-struck have taken on a horrible appearance. As if they're turning into some sort of monster. We wouldn't have the audacity to trouble you with that. The General has a plan to suppress the illness. You're a capable person, and since the General entrusted you with locating the Stellaron, it's only a matter of time before you run into Mara-struck. If you come across any clues, remember to inform the Realm-Keeping Commission straight away. My colleagues and I will handle any situation with haste and to the best of our ability. Speaking of which, have you made any discoveries so far?
¿Quién?
I read the letter. I'll be honest with you, I've got no idea how to handle this problem. It's beyond the Realm-Keeping Commission's jurisdiction. I contacted the Seat of Divine Foresight, which is overseen by the General. Allow me to introduce Madame Xianzhou, General Jing Yuan's chief counselor. I think it'll be easier if she explains the letter to you.
I read the letter you obtained from the Mara-struck. While the Cloud Knights were searching for the Stellaron's whereabouts, I was carrying out the General's orders, tracking down clues on the Mara-struck. Thanks to your efforts, we now have a lead. To an outsider, this letter appears to be nothing more than good news detailing a recovery from a chronic illness. However, what is actually being discussed is a violation of the 10 unpardonable sins. It's heresy. Correct. The term merciful medicus is one of respect. One that any law-abiding citizen of the Alliance would never dare utter. It refers to none other than the enemy of the people of the Xianzhou. The one we now call the Plague's Author, the Eon of Abundance, Yao Shi. The author of this letter was likely the Mara-struck you defeated. My guess is he was led astray and poisoned while under the pretext of being cured. You saw how he ended up. Such actions remind me of an organization that was eradicated from the Xianzhou 1,000 years ago. The Disciples of Sanctus Medicus. They were disciples of the Abundance that sought to restore the way of immortality by unearthing a forbidden remedial formula. It's hard to believe that a group that was wiped out so long ago would suddenly rear its head and create chaos once more. The Seat of Divine Foresight needs to learn all it can about this organization's status before the situation reaches a point of no return. If you come across any similar clues about the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus, come and find me at the Seat of Divine Foresight. These kinds of first-hand accounts are exactly what we require. Excellent. Your work will not be in vain. The Seat of Divine Foresight always rewards those who contribute to our efforts. I recently received some intel. It seems that certain individuals are taking advantage of the current chaos to lure in Outworlders around Exalting Sanctum. We sent an undercover investigator out a few months ago. They provided us with a rough idea of the situation. Unfortunately, it seems suspicions were aroused. We lost contact with the agent. I suspect he was discovered. You are a fresh face in the Luofu, and an Outworlder. I would feel more at ease if I could leave this matter with you.
Perfecto. Vamos a agarrar. Qué boludo. Si no tiene diálogos no me importa. Regla de oro en los juegos de Hoyoverse. Si no tiene diálogos de audio, no es un ítem importante. A todo esto, quiero ver algo. Canjeo de ascuas, ¿no? Saetas, quise decir. Ah, pero tengo 85. Ah, pero puedo canjear. Perfecto. ¿Qué puedo canjear con estas?
If there's nothing pressing, let's take a walk.
We have some
Ajá. Solo uno. Así recogemos este. Y ahora necesitamos 520. Bueno, vamos a juntar 250. Así lo hacemos todo de una. ¿Cuánto tenemos de salto? 117. No me alcanza. Bueno, como dije, estoy haciendo esta misión de aventura para no perder las... el jade que se viene y la misión, porque si doy continuar con lo del 7 de marzo, pierdo estas misiones. Seguramente entenderán por qué.
Excuse me, guest from another world. Please spare me a moment of your time. Do you yearn for immortality? Excellent. Who would turn down the opportunity to live forever? The Xianzhou doesn't care one bit about the well-being of short-lived species. They stubbornly blockade the glorious path to immortality. My name is Green Hibiscus. I came to Exalting Sanctum in hopes of a fated encounter with one such as yourself.
1 hora y media de grabación.
One who is also on the road to immortality. What do you say? How about we find a more suitable spot to talk about all this? Let's make haste. There are too many people here to linger. Here we are. This is the place. Relax. By the mercy of Sanctus Medicus, I will not harm you. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I am a member of the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus. I was unable to expose my true identity in Exalting Sanctum, but now I can reveal everything.
The Disciples of Sanctus Medicus is a devout group, holding firm in their belief that Merciful Medicus is the one ultimate faith. As followers, we refer to ourselves as disciples, dedicated to our cause. If you wish to gain the means to immortality, then you must become a disciple. But to become a disciple, you must first pass several small trials. Please excuse me. Our expansion has unfortunately attracted the attention of those devilish archer followers. If we are not careful, the consequences could be unthinkable. No need to be concerned about him. Much like yourself, he is here to undergo the trials. Only those led astray by followers of the devilish archer could despise Merciful Medicus. Sadly, there are many such people. Too many. Every species yearns for the favor and curing of Merciful Medicus, regardless of whether they have heard of the abundance or not. Foxians yearn to cure themselves of their 300-year lifespan. The Videodora yearn to cure themselves of the pain of reincarnation and lack of progeny. As for Xianzhou natives, they long to cure themselves of the torture of becoming Mara-struck. Of course, we know that this torture is rather a kind of blessed evolution. To return to your question, Sanctus Medicus can cure the aging that short-lived species face, along with disease and death. Sanctus Medicus can do for you what they did for the Xianzhou natives. What you seek, you will surely find. Merciful Medicus is magnanimous. They do not lightly refuse a prayer. As such, the initiation trials for the disciples of Sanctus Medicus are nothing arduous. All you must do is transcribe this copy of thousand-handed Merciful Medicus's salvation 500 times by hand. This will allow your brothers and sisters to trust your faith, and you to become a disciple. This scripture is central to the disciples. You must maintain a pious heart during the transcription. It would be best if you could memorize the text. Of course, this is but the first trial. Once you have become a disciple, you will undergo numerous others. Don't worry. A traditional Xianzhou brush and inkstone has been prepared for you. Smooth action and an ergonomic design. I myself transcribed 50,000 copies with such instruments.
Okay.
Where are you going? The trial isn't over. You can...
¿Qué tengo que hacer? Ah. Hace mucho tiempo le llegó ese santo médico que viaja por el mundo con sus 10.000 discípulos. Tienen que colocarme de edición de un poco
Hey, stop writing. Get over here.
¿Dan algo? ¿Dan algo si la completo 500 veces?
Stop writing. You want to fall under their spell? I'll finish it for you. Don't keep a lookout. All right, finally. I know you. You're General Genuine's honored guest. Wait a second. You're here undercover, right? Why? I'm a Cloud Knight from the Exalting Sanctum Garrison. That green hibiscus has been sneaking around spreading heretical lies for a while now. That's why I'm here, to spy on him. They were suspicious of me as soon as I arrived. It took a lot of effort to make them believe I wanted to become a disciple. I have my reasoning. Cults like this want to recruit people with influence in law and order. I wanted them to know I was a Cloud Knight. Always know your enemy.
Otro plan partidora.
Keep your voice down. These disciples don't miss much. If they discover us, we won't make it out of here. Listen carefully. I help you copy the text, you cover for me, and I get word out to the seat of divine foresight.
Bien, la transcripción.
Take your time, still your mind, and transcribe the text. Allow the beautiful enlightenment of thousand-handed, merciful Medicus's salvation to permeate your being.
A ver.
You're finished? So soon? Let me see. Yes, it would appear you are finished. A fast and accurate transcription. It seems you are destined for immortality. Calm yourself. The initiation is divided into 2 steps. You and the Cloud Knight have completed the first. Now, only the second remains.
Sure, but can it wait till tomorrow? I'm supposed to be on duty right now. They'll get suspicious if I don't head back soon.
No need to worry. The second step is extraordinarily simple. The disciple's initiation is governed by the following principle. Never accept who you suspect, and never suspect who you accept. So, it's time for you two to battle it out. Whoever survives will officially become a disciple. Huh. Transcribing scripture allows us to ascertain your devotion, but determining whether or not you'll be loyal to the organization requires a stronger guarantee. Sorry, there's nothing I can do about it. I didn't write the rules.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're kidding, right? We came here to lengthen our lifespans, not shorten them. You can't just make us fight like this.
We aren't forcing you to fight. By all means, refuse if you wish. But we won't possibly be able to let either of you leave.
Fine. But at least let me prepare. I've never done anything like this before.
Very well. But you'll need to ask your opponent, too. Good. Then prepare yourselves. Time is precious. Make it quick.
Listen, I have an idea that will let you join the disciples of Sanctus Medicus and let me get the heck out of here in one piece. You and I fight, and I lose to you. I pretend that you finished me off. Then you pretend to help them remove my body by dragging me out of here. That way, we both accomplish our objectives. Oh, I've seen your skills. Please don't mess up and actually kill me. Good. I knew I could trust you. My life is in your hands.
Okay.
So, have you prepared yourselves? And you, Cloud Knight?
I'm ready.
Then.
Well then, take this!
Oh.
You'll pay for this.
I have something for you.
¿Qué nivel es? 44. Listo.
What magnificent skill! He was fierce, but no match for you. I'm glad you prevailed. That Cloud Knight waltzed straight up to us in uniform and asked if he could join. Hardly a convincing spectacle. I doubt I ever could have trusted him. Purple chrysanthemum, blue peach. Find somewhere to dispose of the body. Oh, you've dealt with this kind of thing before? A side hustle? Very well. These are hard times, I suppose. This does have its advantages. Our brothers and sisters have been proselytizing and exalting Sanctum over the last few days. We may have attracted the attention of the devils. Having you dispose of the Cloud Knight will be safer. As such, this can be your first mission as a disciple. You take an active approach to getting things done. I'll be sure to pass that on to my superiors. In any case, my hearty congratulations on your admission to the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus. From now on, you will be known by the code name, Grey Peony.
Peona Gris.
Well, Grey Peony, let's depart separately to avoid attracting attention. We'll rendezvous at a different location later. Until then.
I did a good job playing dead, didn't I? Those people are out of their minds. Watch your step next time you're around them. With your skills, you've got a better chance than most. I should report back to the seat of divine foresight. Stay
sal. Bien. A ver, volvemos. Nos curamos. Tenía una cajita cerca por acá. Acá. Sabía yo. ¿Cómo vamos con estas cajas? 5 de 7. Me faltan 2. 2. Solo 2. No hay ningún chanchita ni nada.
I don't believe in ghosts.
¿Qué nivel soy? 39 todavía. Ok. ¿Pasó una misión de aventuras? Es larguísima, Champiñón. Le pego un tiempo. A ver. Stel, ¿todo bien? Muy bien. Esencialmente bien tan difícil que... Eso es bueno, siempre creo en tus habilidades. Alguien acá venía a dar un informe. ¿Es cierto que has salvado un Nimbo caballero? Ah, no fue gran cosa. Tampoco podemos decir salvar. Tuvimos una colaboración exitosa. Gracias por tu ayuda. El Nimbo caballero ha dado toda la información que reunió a la sede de la premonición divina. Si no das ayuda, le hubiera costado mucho salir de allí. Luego que te has infiltrado entre los discípulos Sanctus médicos, por favor, continúa investigando sus movimientos. ¿En qué debo centrarme ahora? En efecto, como he mencionado, el Limbo Caballero que desapareció unos meses se llamaba Xijin. No me importa si está vivo o muerto, quiero saber su paradero para poder expresar a su familia. Por favor, mantengamos nuestro contacto al mínimo. Si entras y sales de la sala de la promoción divina, los discípulos sospecharán. Por favor, vuelve a salvo o general me da problemas. Perfecto. Bueno, vamos a tener que ir por acá. Acá nomás.
Green Hibiscus agreed to meet me here, but there's no sight of him. What gives? There's a letter here. What's this on the envelope? Grey Peony. This must be from Green Hibiscus.
Peonía Gris. Has demostrado tu valentía y vuelves a nosotros. Te doy la oportunidad de mostrar cuál leal y confiable eres para la organización. Esta misión es de vital importancia y no siento que pueda encomendarla a nadie más. Solo una guerrera como tú puede lidiar con esta semejante tarea. Ayer una discípula desertó en desgracia. Envió una carta antes de fugarse. Según nuestra investigación, envió un mensaje urgente para la sede de la premonición divina. Todavía no debería haber llegado. Interceptarla y ayúdanos a reducir nuestras pérdidas. Una vez que completas esta arduo pero gloriosa tarea, te presentaremos al líder exactor de la exactación de los discípulos de Sanctus Medicus. Si él da su consentimiento, podrás comenzar tu camino hacia la inmortalidad. El hibisco verde.
The disciples sure know how to keep a low profile. Looks like I'll need to help them complete this mission. If they're looking to intercept mail, I should probably start by searching near Exalting Sanctum Psycrane stands.
Me encanta las voz de Estel. Así que tengo que ir a 2 lugares. Vamos que está más cerca. Vamos a tu paquete de percha de mensajería, pero no encuentro la carta que busca.
Not on this stand. Let's check a different one.
Me encanta que este es... Otra vez lo voy a decir. Me encanta que hable el main character. Itar y Lumin no hablan, pero Stel y Kaelus sí hablan. Estela y Carlos, arre. Vamos a tener que hacer TP. Así cortamos camino. Ahí. Termino esta misión y voy a para la grabación.
What's written on this package? Seat of Divine Foresight, urgent. This is it. The mail the disciples want to intercept. Seems like it's encrypted somehow. Makes sense. This is critical intelligence after all. Let's see if I can crack the code.
Ok. Ah. Tranqui, 120. Taca, taca.
Code cracked. Huh. It's an internal order from the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. Judging from these urgent instructions, the disciples are aware of a Seat of Divine Foresight operation to infiltrate their ranks. Huh. No wonder Green Hibiscus was so eager to intercept this. I'll use my phone to make a copy and then hand it over to Green Hibiscus.
Recibí un mensaje. Peonía Gris, ¿conseguiste las cosas? Las tengo. ¿Dónde quedamos? Shh, puede que no estén vigilando. El lugar donde transcribimos las escrituras. El responsable quiere verte cuanto antes. No respondas.
I don't believe in ghosts.
Bueno, seguimos avanzando. Yo quiero continuar la misión de Trazacaminos, no quiero hacer la de aventuras. No pensé que tenía que hacer esta, pero bueno. Tengo que hacerla para no perder las recompensas.
Mauve Moon, this is the reliable disciple I mentioned to you, Grey Peony. Grey Peony, this is Mauve Moon, the head of our operations in Exalting Sanctum.
It seems you have some impressive skills in your arsenal. I like this kid. You seem like you've got it all figured out. What brings you to the disciples of Sanctus Medicus? Good. Life is a miracle and a blessing. Any futile attempt to forsake it is a disgraceful betrayal. You have been enlightened to the significance of immortality. You have already surpassed those shameful mortals. Here, take this prescription. Through this medicine, you will become like me. You will be able to break the shackles that the devilish archer author has used to chain your soul. You will gain unbridled power and freedom. The disciple responsible for creating medicinal pellets heard of your exploits. They prepared the prescription for you personally. Some of the ingredients can be purchased at an apothecary, but others will require you to come up with your own solution. Given your strength, that shouldn't pose a problem. Do you have any questions?
¿Cuántas personas son?
I don't know. I've heard our members are in the tens of thousands. The Disciples of Sanctus Medicus has a flat organizational structure. The head of each area reports directly to the Master. I know nothing about what goes on elsewhere. The benefit is that even if our enemies were to wipe out the Exalting Sanctum branch, it wouldn't affect our brothers and sisters in other areas. That's sensitive information. I know who they are, but for their security, I can't reveal their identities. It's not that I doubt your loyalty, Grey Peony. It's like I said, security. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I once worked alongside those devils. I trained in spear techniques for almost a century. I nearly became a Cloud Knight instructor.
No puedo... No puedo elegir más la... Oh, bueno, tarde. Pensé que podía.
But I was trapped in a weak mortal shell. I was never able to surpass the final barrier that separated me from the martial arts geniuses. Fortunately, the draft of Draconic Surge, the prescription you hold in your hand, rescued me. Once I took that medicine, I became more powerful than any mortal could ever dream of. Now, everything has changed. Jersine and his pitiful spearmanship are no more. All that remains is a loyal disciple of Merciful Medicus. Wait. You recognize me? Where do you know me from? Your face changed when you heard my name.
Mauve Moons, sir. We have a problem. I suspect this person may be the agent who's been looking for you.
Idiot! What kind of trials are you running? You let an agent infiltrate our ranks?
I couldn't have known, sir. I witnessed this person slay a Cloud Knight before my very eyes.
Detestable. The devilish archer author allows these pitiful mortals to face death without fear. Self-sacrifice is their way of fooling us into opening our doors. Merciful Medicus has sharpened my senses. Nothing gets past me. A pathetic mortal like you could never understand. In that case, divine foresight, devil, it's time for you to meet your demise.
Ok, como quieras.
Merciful Medicus.
Don't get complacent.
Enter the storm. To guard and defend.
Acabamos con
Crush
esto.
them. Perhaps humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Eternal sleep.
The dead return!
In the name of Lenda, a will forged in ice.
Qué bueno que tenía guardadas
Never
ultis.
falters. Is that all?
Secret of the saints.
This battle is unavoidable.
Immortality. Oh, mercy of Sanctus Medicus. Grant me a body impervious to steel, the courage of 1,000 armies, a strength that 10,000 foes cannot suppress. You think you're a match for me, devil?
Never falters.
Your death is inevitable. Surrender, and I'll make
This
it
battle
quick.
is unavoidable.
You chose the wrong enemy.
Troublesome.
Eternal sleep.
The dead return!
You won't get away. I have something for you.
Listo.
So Mauve Moon was the agent that Xianzhou lost contact with. He joined the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus. I should go to the seat of divine foresight and tell Xianzhou. I don't know if this mission was a success or a failure.
¿Dónde quedaba? Ah, no. ¿Para dónde? Acá. Tengo que ir por acá. Ah, creo que era lo mismo. ¿Dónde me estoy yendo? No puedo. Necesito concentrarme con WhatsApp.
What is your purpose for entering the seat of divine foresight?
Parece un juego de esos de ajedrez lo que da en el piso.
I'm glad to see you've returned in one piece. So, what happened? Did everything go as planned? Don't worry. Your operation was a success. Although your identity was ultimately exposed, you gained a wealth of invaluable intelligence. On top of that, you managed to get out without a scratch. I never imagined that Jersine would choose the path of evil. You did the right thing. I'm afraid this is how the Plague's author operates. Using notions of power and life to draw countless people like Jersine away from bright futures. Down a path of no return. You've managed to shine a light on the darkness of the enemy. With this intelligence, the Seat of Divine Foresight will be able to improve its strategy. And for all your efforts, please accept this reward. Is there anything else you'd like to know about?
4 millones de preguntas. Espero que no sean tan largas.
The current state. I'm afraid we know next to nothing. We dispatched agents, but they were only able to linger on the edges of the organization. Your operation is the furthest anyone's managed to infiltrate. The Seat of Divine Foresight is still striving to answer one question. Is this but the resurgent shadow of an organization silenced 1,000 years ago? Or have they been lurking in the darkness all along? Whatever the case, this sudden reemergence hints at a hidden conspiracy. It's troubled me deeply over recent few months. It's hard to tell what all of this is building towards. Not at all. The Disciples' secret letter makes it sound as if we infiltrated their ranks in great numbers. The reality is that only a handful of agents have successfully slipped into the organization, and the majority of them lacked the strength you had to make it back unscathed after their identity was exposed. They didn't have the wisdom and good fortune to gain the organization's trust quickly. An agent can't actually consume those pellets of the Disciples. Doing so would mean the end of their life as they knew it. The point is, there hasn't been anyone like you who managed to delve into the group's core and obtain so much first-hand information.
¿Son las creencias?
Thousand-Handed Merciful Medicus' Salvation is a manuscript transcribed from a sacred text. I don't know where the Disciples obtained it. It likely consists of fragments of banned works from the Befall era. As I see it, there isn't anything particularly alarming about the text. It recalls the acts of the Plague's author's warped preachers from an equally warped perspective. The scripture doesn't have the power to lead people astray. They do that to themselves. But it does feed lies and false hope. The prescription you acquire is beyond my knowledge.
Ah, bueno.
There are a few reliable alchemists that reside in Exalting Sanctum. I'd like to ask you to consult with them on the particulars of the prescription. This will allow the Seed of Divine Foresight to have a clear target for creating an antidote, given that the disciples of Sanctus Medicus has become aware of our operation. It's about time the Seed of Divine Foresight reeled in its net. If you turn up any details about the prescription, feel free to come back and find me anytime.
Ok, bueno, vamos. Tengo que ir a 3 ahí.
Can I help you? The Seed of Divine Foresight? Let me see the prescription. Oh, heavens above. It's a horrifying prescription, and I can't make any sense of it. Go and ask Lady Dan Shu. She's our chief alchemist. She may be sightless, but she's more qualified than all of us. She's no stranger to helping others, either. Always prescribing medicine to those in need, and she'll certainly be willing to help the Seed of Divine Foresight. You can find her at Sinwood Pavilion.
Ok, bueno.
The Ambrosial Arbor. I've been looking forward to meeting you. Everyone does. You're the hero who rescued the Vidyadhara healer lady in Exalting Sanctum. I heard from other alchemists you have a prescription you wish me to assess. Can you read it to me? Thank you.
Me encanta que la ve directamente aún siendo ciega.
A strange and dangerous prescription, but I believe I understand the pharmacology. It involves drawing upon the strength of long scions to attain the power of ascension. The specifics, however, will require further investigation. This will take some time. I could hardly happen upon Vidyadhara bone marrow and test the prescription myself, could I? Leave your contact details with me. When I've completed my assessment of the pharmacology, I'll get in touch with you.
Ok. Y bueno, terminó la primera misión. Danshu, Sten, tengo información. La tengo acá al lado encima. A ver, ¿cómo puedo enviar mensaje de texto siendo ciega? Sten, tengo información preliminar de la farmacólica ráfaga dragónica. Debe seguir ocupado los problemas que hay en Xianzhou, ¿verdad? ¿Es urgente? Lo voy a hacer ahora porque necesito las gemas. Los Hades. No te preocupes, vamos cuando tengas tiempo. Esperar. Sí, esto es lo que... ¿Ven? Me dan 80 y si no las hago las pierdo. O sea, estoy obligado a hacer estas. Del cual, a ver... Sí, es esta. Son 12 pasos. Pero vamos a dejarlo por acá y después la continuamos. Así que bueno. Pues bueno, vamos a tener más misiones. Así que bueno. Vamos a tener más videos. Pero ahora quiero descansar un cachito porque bueno, ya va 1 hora y media y... quiero continuar con la misión. Quiero terminarlo hoy. Hoy quiero terminar el Luofu de Xianzhou. Y hoy quiero ver la escena que... No quiero verla, pero bueno. No pasa nada. Suscríbanse al canal Julius Gameplays. Síganme en Instagram, en la plataforma morada. También en X. Y bueno, un saludo a todos. Y otra vez. Nos vemos en un rato.